Hi guys, it's Erica and Anthony again, and we are going to do another tag video for you because I really got a lot of really good feedback on the Disney one we did, and everybody really loved seeing us together, and everybody said, you guys are so cute, and you're right. So we are cute together, I'm not going to lie. It's our life, it's just cute. So today we're going to do one called My Real Life Tag, and I actually invented this tag because I'm a therapist. I like to ask deep questions and have people think a little bit more. So this is my original tag called the My Real Life Tag, meaning your life away from YouTube. And it has 10 questions, and Anthony's going to read the questions. I'm going to answer first, and he's going to answer second, and we're going to try to wrap this up in 15 minutes.
Ready? Here we go.
Here we go.
What is the bravest thing you've done?
Okay. A couple of things came to my mind when I answered this question, but it came down to this. My son, Maxwell, who you'll get to meet, I promise, was born 2 months early. At 32 weeks, and we had to keep him in the NICU for almost a month. And the very first day walking away, now granted, not the first day that he was in the NICU because I was still in the hospital, and that meant we were in the same building. So even though I had to leave him in the the NICU, I still could roll down there any time of day to see him. But the day that I was discharged from the hospital, and we had to leave the hospital and go sleep at a hotel that night because I was still recovering from surgery. It wasn't okay for me to sit up in a chair all day. It would have been horrible. We had to leave, and I walked out of that hospital without my kid, and I'm still getting a little overwhelmed thinking about that. That is the bravest thing I've ever had to do, is to leave my brand new baby in the care of doctors and nurses and walk away and know that he was okay. And especially from someone who's lost a child, that's hard. That's hard stuff. Me and Anthony both were brave that day. Both of us cried a lot of tears that day. But because I like to end on a positive note, Maxwell is a 1.5 years old, has a big old bushy fro, is gorgeous and funny and healthy and strong, and he has a bond with me that I cannot explain. It didn't hurt him. It didn't. So if you're dealing with that, I hope you'll get encouragement from what I just said.
Yes. And our prayers will be with you.
Definitely.
During your time.
Anthony, what is the bravest thing you've ever done?
Well, I started to think that it was when I got married to Erica and had to pop the question. And I thought it was the NICU stay. But now that I really dig into it, I think it was moving away from everything I've ever known.
That is hard.
In 2011, was it?
Yes.
Yeah, 2011, we moved from California to Indiana. And
big change.
My family is the type of family where everybody lives right next to each other. They're right in the same city pretty much, or they're within 60 miles of each other, so it's not too far away. And the only example that I had of someone being not that close was my uncle and his kids. They lived in Germany.
So it was really far away, if it was far away.
Yeah, so following the Lord on that one and listening to what he was trying to tell us as a family, listening to it as a couple, and making the decision to say, hey, we need to move back this way or move back to your hometown, you know.
I'm from Indiana originally.
That took a lot of bravery to do.
It did.
And it was scary for me.
He's still brave. 3 years in.
I still haven't been back home in 3 years, so it's I'm still brave in the storm, you know. So that was one for me. Okay, so the second question is, what do you do to relax?
Okay, I do a few things to relax. I like to find ways to check out a little bit. Being a mom, I'm sure you guys know if you're a mom, you don't get a lot of time by yourself. So when you do, you really try to use it productively. And for me, there's a couple of things I do. Number one, I watch your YouTube videos. That's fun. Number two, I do craft projects like scrapbooking. I like doing things, do-it-yourself projects. But the third one has been my friend since the beginning of time, and that is books, reading. My mom read to me a lot when I was a kid. I was reading by the age of 4, and from then on, I was a nerd with a nose in a book. Maxwell is taking after me, which I really love, and he reads a little bit too. I mean, he doesn't really read, but you know what I mean. He sits and looks at books all day, and I love that. But I like to read. Now, this just tells you I have the books that you hold. I'm still really into that. But I also have a reader and an iPad where I have tons of iBooks. So reading is my number one relaxation method. Anthony?
For me, I sleep.
He does.
I like to sleep. I can sleep
loves
all
a nap.
day long. I just enjoy that.
And he's not depressed. He's not depressed, and we've already treated sleep apnea. He just loves
I could just
to
I
sleep.
could nap. Right now in this video, I could sleep. Right now.
And
for real.
Maxwell Lewis is a sleeper too. Right now as we speak, he's on his nap. He will have another nap today, and then he will sleep 12 hours at night.
That's true.
That boy can sleep.
Yeah.
And he's not sick. He doesn't have any illness. He just likes to sleep.
It just relaxes my body, I think. So
Sure.
that's what I do to relax.
All right.
What do you want to learn?
Okay, guys. I'm a learner for life. That's for sure. Hence books. I like to learn new things all the time. And the things that have been crossing my mind lately is I keep seeing all these stupid Pinterest projects that I love, but they like, oh, we gotta sew. So I want to learn to sew. I took a sewing class in junior high, but I sucked at it, and my mom did all my work. I didn't learn to sew. I hope that my teacher does not see this, but my mom did all my work. And I also really want to learn to quilt, because who doesn't love a homemade quilt? They're so pretty.
Seriously.
So I want to learn to quilt, and I want to learn to sew, and a million other things in life, but those are the two that come to my mind right away.
Well, for me, I want to learn a couple things. First thing I want to learn is another language. My wife is pretty fluent in French, and we are going to pick that back up again, and I want to learn French, the language. And I wanted to learn guitar for a long time there, and I still want to learn an instrument other than the piano and actually learn how to read music as opposed to just play something that someone's taught me how to play. Because I can play by ear. Like if I hear a song or something and I get in front of a piano, I can pretty much play
Pick out the notes.
and pick out the notes.
He's brilliant.
But I can't read the music like I want to. So that's what I want to learn. And so we're going to work on that this year, and see next year we'll see what I know. Let's see. What natural talents do you have?
Okay. Now this one took me hours. I wrote this questionnaire, and I was sitting with Anthony, and I said, babe, you know me the best. What are my natural talents? And don't say something dirty. He didn't say something dirty. But I had him kind of talk to me about what my natural talents are, because I'm kind of hard on myself when it comes to the word talent. I view a lot of things not as talents that I do. And he thought about it for a while, and he gave it some real thought, because he always takes me seriously when I ask him a question. And he came up with, Erica, you're so funny. And I was like, it's true. I'm really funny. I've always been viewed as funny. I was a class clown. I was most humorous in college, as I mentioned on my 50 Facts About Me. Everyone's always told me, oh my gosh, Erica, you crack me up. You have such a great personality. And the truth is, yeah, that stuff doesn't come by a book. You don't learn that stuff. Quick wit? No, that's natural. So I owned it, and I said, you're right, I'm funny. And then a couple days later, after I had already owned that one and thought I got an answer, I thought, you know what, I can cook too. And that's not natural to everybody.
No.
Some people can follow a recipe and they may get something that tastes like it, but I can cook from scratch. And I make up my own recipes, and they turn out really good. So I'm a cook, and I make people laugh, and that makes me happy. Everybody likes to eat and laugh. Eat, drink, and be merry. Please, I got that covered.
I
Anthony?
It's not me. I'm not the cook. Okay.
No, he doesn't need to
I tried
cook.
something, and my mother-in-law will attest to this. I'll never make fried rice ever again.
It looked like dog food, guys.
Okay. But ton of Worcestershire
He doesn't
sauce,
have to learn to
and it'll
cook.
work out.
You don't have to cook, baby. He knows how to make a sandwich, and he makes some mean mashed potatoes from scratch.
There you go.
They're good.
See that? I think that my natural talents are, like I said, I can sight or listen. Hear something and play it. So that's kind of that. And then I can draw. You know, I got art going on.
Guys, remind me that I have to show you some of his art sometime. I'll have him work on some things. And because of that, he's super spatial. Like, he can build houses, and he can hang a picture straight without using a level. It's crazy.
I'm pretty good on picking up stuff.
Yeah.
Like hand.
He can watch
on
one YouTube
stuff.
video and learn to do whatever you told him to do.
Yeah.
That's why I'm going to learn
I can do that.
I'm going to learn to
So-
sew and quilt, because he's going to learn to sew and quilt first.
I learned how to knit.
He did, because
Sure
I wanted
did.
to know how to knit.
YouTube video. I wish I knew the name of the person who did it, but
You
I
don't
would
remember?
give you your credit there. So
Anyway, that's what he wants to learn.
that's my natural talent.
Natural talent.
Yeah.
I'm so lost.
Okay, what natural talents do you want? So we got it.
His. I want to draw where people could notice like what it is.
She's working on it.
Guys,
It's good.
When I say that I cannot draw, I wish I was joking. Oh my gosh. I had a teacher once. My sister is an artist, and my art teacher knew her and had her first. And she had gotten every picture she did went into the art like fair, right? Well, she sees my first drawing and she says, "You're Hillary's sister?" And she meant, oh gosh, you didn't get the talent. I didn't. I'm going to be honest. It's not a natural talent for me. Can I learn to draw? Probably if I took some time, I could get it over time. But here's the thing. I don't have good fine motor skills. These little phalanges, they don't work. I have big muscle
She
group
called
memory.
them phalanges.
That's the bone.
See, natural talent, brain. She got that.
That's
going
not
on
a
too.
talent.
Yeah, it is.
See what I mean? I'm hard on myself with talent. But anyway, I
Yeah,
want
it
to know
is.
how to draw. I want to draw like him.
I never would have called these phalanges. I don't even know what a phalange is.
I just want to draw like Anthony. That's all.
Okay, moving right along. The talent that
What
I would
natural talent do you want?
I want to learn how to cook, and I want to learn how to. Yeah,
I don't trust him in the kitchen anymore.
I want to learn how
wants
to cook.
sweet chili with 2 pounds of beans in it.
Hey, men's out there,
Menses.
make some videos for people like me that don't know how to cook, so I can learn how to cook. I'm gonna search you
Nika
out.
is meowing like, please don't cook.
Okay, Nika, leave, move away.
Leave it alone.
Okay, what is your personal motto?
What's a motto?
What's the motto with you?
Okay, motto. Okay, I have been saying this for a million years. It's an anonymous quote that I found years and years and years ago, but I've always really liked it, and it's nothing should be separated by color except your laundry. I don't understand the inclination people have to create personalities based on the color of skin. It's ridiculous. You have seen Anthony in this video. He's the sweetest, most wonderful man.
No.
And I do not understand judging him based on the beautiful chocolate hue that is his skin. Why? Why do people do that? I'll never understand. And if there are ugly comments left on this video, so help me God, you don't want to do that. Anyway, I don't like ugliness. I don't like ugliness, so I live my life like not ignoring color by any means, but never separate somebody by it and never decide on somebody by it. Know the content of someone's character before you decide you know them. That's it.
My answer to the motto is, if it's in the red letters, it's better.
Meaning,
Meaning, if Jesus said it in the
Do
New
it.
Testament of the Bible, that's what you need to live by.
the red letters in the Bible, if you guys don't know, some Bibles have it red lettered where Jesus talks. That's what he means.
That's
And
what I
that's
mean.
true. Those words are important. Like, pay attention. That's why they're in red.
Okay, we're going to wrap this up. We've got about 2 minutes left, so
Okay,
here we
let's
go. I'm strongest when,
This guy's beside me.
and when she's beside me. That was a good answer. I love it. I am proud of.
Being a mom and a wife and being a good mom and wife.
I am proud of my relationship with my family. I am proud of the work that I do to provide for this family.
Mm-hmm.
I am working on.
Not being jealous of other people's stuff. Gotta learn to sew. There's that. And I'm just working on financial stewardship.
I'm working on not being quick to anger, and
Good one.
also being really good at what I do outside of this home, so that I have.
He is really good at it, guys.
So that I'm a good witness for the Lord. Who do you most admire as a person?
It's gonna sound corny, but this guy. He is the nicest human being. When I say something awful and judgmental and horrible, he looks at me like, because his heart just doesn't know how to be that way. It just doesn't. He has a beautiful heart. His mama raised him right. His daddy raised him right. He's good stuff. He's a beautiful human being. I want to be just like him when I grow up. Except I'm not going to turn into a black man, most likely.
Probably not.
So,
Probably not.
Anthony Lewis. Anthony James Lewis, that's who I admire the most.
I admire my wife.
He's just saying that because I did.
No.
How
I had that
dear.
answer first, and she was going first because I am a gentleman. So, there you go. Ha.
Why would you admire me most, though, Anthony? I got all kinds of flaws.
We all have flaws, but I think that you are compassionate, you are caring and loving to other people. I think that you make friendships so easily, that people trust you and meet the moment they meet you. You know, and people, they trust me too. But
I will say that I'm trustworthy, guys. That's for sure. Like, I don't mess with friends. I don't hurt people on purpose. And we gotta go because we're out of time.
We are out of time. I'm sorry.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys. I don't think that's gonna.